What up, guys? So, real quick, this is the Mavs portion of the Luka AD trade. I have a full length video, it's like an hour plus, and then I have another 10-minute Laker video discussing this trade. If you're interested in this, go check them out. If you're interested in why the Mavs actually chose to go this route, please go check out my full vid. I haven't really seen people talking about that, but yeah, I'll explain there. Thank you guys for watching, checking me out. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you like me, please. Try, trying to get more subscribers. Nah, but thank you. Seriously, thanks for coming by. Yeah, right here. The Mavs GM says, I believe that defense wins championships. And who do you have on your team exactly? What defensive stoppers do you have on your team? PJ? AD when he's healthy, for sure. Well, kinda. AD's been. He's not the same as he was. Let's just say that. AD used to be scary. When anytime you were coming in the paint against AD, scary. He's not the same anymore. Is he a great defender still? Yes, very good. Especially for his size. With his capabilities as a agile big man, he's a great defender. He's not that guy anymore. Gafford is much closer to that guy, a paint defender, than Anthony Davis is at this point in his career. So I'm very curious how Dinwiddie and old Klay Thompson, Ky- Kyrie Irving, PJ Washington, Quentin Grimes, and AD at the four with Daniel Gafford and you guys know the other center who's injured right now. How is that team going to work? What defense are they going to be playing? And that's the thing that gets me, because they're really. I'm not sure Gafford and Anthony Davis can play at the same time. I think offensively it would be fine. Defensively, I just don't know. Especially with the league is, with how many threes people shoot and how athletic people are. Especially considering how many good passing bigs there are in the game and the West right now. I'm not sure about this. It's crazy. But I want to read this last quote. The GM says, I believe that getting an all defensive center and an all NBA player with a defensive mindset gives us a better chance. We're built to win now and in the future. Daniel Gafford is an all NBA defensive center. He might be an all NBA third team player right now for this season. How is that going to work with Anthony Davis? You're sending your all defensive center right now to the bench, who's playing out of his mind. Literally one of the best players in the league right now. For Anthony Davis, who really has not shown that level. All NBA defense. I don't know if Anthony Davis has been that with the Lakers. Maybe. I just don't. I don't think he hasn't shown me that. He hasn't. There hasn't been a single time since we've been with the Lakers. And it just makes even less sense. And then we think about the offensive side of the ball. How the fuck is this going to work? You're giving away Luka, who shoots 10 threes a game, and you're bringing Anthony Davis in, who is not a good three-point shooter. Let's be real. You're taking out one of the best distributors in the game, one of the best ball carriers in the game. Somebody who deals with double teams very well, somebody that has so much gravity. And you're bringing in somebody who really you want him handling the ball in certain areas, in certain scenarios, and that's it. He can't run the pick and roll. Hell fucking no. Anthony Davis is not. No. I don't even know if I would say he's a good passing big anymore. He's like a little above average. That's how much the league has changed since he's been in there. Also, he just doesn't play like that anymore. I It doesn't make sense to me, guys. And that brings me to the projected lineups for both teams. So I do think the Lakers side is probably right. Although I could see them making Rui the sixth man and bringing in DFS for even more defense. This is completely wrong. So it's either going to be one of these two starting at the two, and then either Grimes. Okay, so ESPN, this is what I think their best lineup is going to be. And yes, playing Anthony Davis at the four, a combination of Gafford and the young guy. I don't know why I can't remember his name, but he's injured right now. You guys know who I'm talking about. At the five. And PJ at the three. And then, yeah, the guards are just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're just going to rotate these six guards. It's going to be a hot hand approach. PJ is primarily going to get minutes at the three, followed by Najee. And that's it. PJ probably will play some fours, same as Najee. And that's it. And that's really scary in today's NBA because you are counting on an old Klay Thompson to shoot a lot of threes and make a lot of threes with very little shot creation. Spencer Dinwiddie is by far the best shot creators for others, by far. And Agazum is number two behind him, followed by Najee Marshall. And then maybe Kyrie. Kyrie really doesn't create for others. Creating for himself opens up creation for others. It's entirely different. Same effect, they get assists. Kyrie doesn't. I don't consider Kyrie an assist guy, but he can get assists depending on the matchups and stuff. Come playoff time, you cannot rely on Kyrie creating for others. Relying on Spencer Dinwiddie is scary. He's been playing very well, and I think very highly of Dinwiddie. However, when we're talking about chasing a championship, which the Mavs obviously are, the GM says getting Anthony Davis makes them championship competitors, and it just doesn't. They are worse off with this team than with Luka. And also, you guys got to remember, this is an older Anthony Davis. When he played the four and with the Pelicans, he was young. He was much more agile. He was leaner. He's been playing true center with the Lakers for the last year or two at least. So I find this very, 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 very questionable. And again, let's talk about the spacing. Kyrie, you want him playing mid and mainly close. Spencer Dinwiddie can't shoot threes. He can shoot threes. Not ideal. And he's a hot hand, hot three guy. If he's not hot, you do not want him shooting threes. Grimes, pretty good three-point shooter. Really good. Christie, good to really good three-point shooter. Klay Thompson, streaky, but as long as he's taking good shots, he's a good three-point shooter. PJ, who I do expect to be here, and I do expect Klay to start here, and then PJ at the three. PJ can shoot threes again. He's streaky. AD, I don't want AD shooting threes. So you're relying on old Klay Thompson and PJ to space the floor. These two, they want to do the same things. You guys know how the Cavs have struggled so much not so much, but until this season, until Evan Mobley took that next step. They had the same issue. Mobley and Jared Allen wanted to do the same things. Now Mobley has really, his potential is showing. He's capable of handling. He's capable of playing mid-range. He's been shooting a really good three-point shot. He's very agile, very quick, very athletic, like Anthony Davis was when he was younger. I don't see this working out, guys. They have a ton of length, especially playing PJ at the three. That is some real length. However, what NBA are we in 2025? The point era. 3-point era. People are spamming threes. And again, old Klay Thompson is going to be your defensive stopper for guards. PJ, same as Keegan Murray, he's gonna have the exact same struggles versus agile guards. That's just the reality of it. And I think this was a really bad trade for the Mavs, and I think their front office and ownership just didn't want to pay Luka. I That is my analysis of this. This doesn't make sense at all. And the conditioning thing makes no sense, as we've shown in the same sample size before this year, since Luka was in the league. Luka has played 72 more games than Anthony Davis. You can't say you're gaining a less injury prone player or a player where their really availability is what they should say, not conditioning. Availability. And we all know Anthony Davis constantly is unavailable. It is his MO. It's just who he is. And that's fine. Like, dude, people get injured, especially when you're a big man like AD who plays very, very athletically. Injuries are going to happen. It's just part of it. But that is just a straight up lie, in my opinion, from the Mavs front office. And it's the Supermax. That's the real reason. Oof. Also, the draft compensation, like I was saying, there's no real future. Like, the Mavs aren't loading up for the future, and they're worse than the present. Getting this Lakers 2029 first, they're going to be good there. Okay? They're going to have Luka still. They're going to be good. It's not going to be a good pick. The Lakers, at one point, their picks were very valuable because after LeBron left, people assumed AD would leave and they would kind of be fucked besides free agents, and it probably would have gone bad, like Luol Deng on the Lakers type shit. But this pick isn't that valuable. Luka's gonna be there, and I do agree. Defense wins championships, as the Mavs GM said. Playing Daniel Gafford and old Anthony Davis, PJ Washington and old Klay Thompson and Kyrie Irving, that is not a strong defensive team. Not at all. Especially when you start thinking about the synergy of those guys and what they're weak to. And they're weak to athletic guards and 3-point shooting. What does the league have an abundance of? Athletic guards and 3-point shooting. I don't know, guys. I really, I'm still a bit in shock because it just makes less and less sense to me as time goes by. Initially I was like thinking, oh yeah, the Mavs, they're gonna be able to play AD at the four, which he wants to, and I agree. If this was Pelicans AD or right after he was on the Pelicans, like those 2 years after, yeah, fuck yeah, that would be pretty dominant, dude. We are how many years removed from that? 5 or 6. He's not the same player. He's not young anymore. He doesn't move the same. I don't think playing him at the four in the modern NBA is going to work. And here's further proof. So, J-Dub, Chet, Shea, Ja Morant, Desmond Bain, Triple J, Marcus Smart, bro, Houston Rockets, oh my, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, Sengun, Nuggies, you guys know who the Nuggies got. Lakers, now Luka, Reeves, LeBron. Oh my god. I have no idea how the Mavericks are going to deal with them. Luka, Reeves, and LeBron. Who is going to stop any of those players on the Mavs now? Like, PJ is okay against Luka. He's not going to be able to stop him. Who's going to guard LeBron then? Clay? Come on now. Clippers, not even going to say. The Dallas Mavericks would work really well against the Clippers. Really, really well. Timberwolves. Ant-Man. Julius Randle. DiVincenzo. Bro. No chance. Phoenix Suns, Booker, KD. and they are going to get somebody else too. Also, their 3-point shooting really good. I don't think the Mavs have any chance against them. Kings, absolutely no chance. Two of the most athletic guards in the league, and Swipa and De'Aaron. Incredible 3-point shooters all around. No chance. The Warriors, yeah, the Mavs will do very good against the Warriors. Well, that is, yeah, they will. They're gonna. I don't know what they would do against Steph. Steph would have to have a monster performance. Actually, no. You know the Warriors will give them trouble because I always forget about Wiggins for some reason on the Warriors, but he's been playing really well, especially recently, and he plays this role, and that's all you can ask for anybody. Wiggins has really developed into a good player, very good player. I've been very impressed with him. But yeah, Wiggins, Kaminga, oh my God, Draymond, Steph, Pods, holy shit. And I feel like I'm forgetting a couple people on the Warriors too, but I mean, who is going to deal with those guys? Kaminga, yeah, I was thinking, yeah, Kaminga is going to get dealt with. They're just going to throw PJ on him. Who the fuck is going to deal with Wiggins then? Nobody. You want AD on the perimeter dealing with Wiggins? He's going to get cooked at this point in his career. Spurs. Spurs will probably wipe the floor with the Mavericks at this point. I didn't know the Spurs had lost so many games. Damn. What the fuck has been going on with them? Trailblazers. I think they would absolutely wipe the floor with the Mavericks. If they keep playing like they are now, oh my, the Mavericks have no chance. Pelicans. Get Zion's ass out of there. The Pelicans are beating the Mavericks in a best of 7. For sure. For sure. That does assume their health, and that is a big assumption. So, you can say, yeah, the Mavs have the advantage. I won't hate that. The Jazz might tanking. They're tanking for sure. God, the Pelicans are fucking horrible. Let's look at the Eastern Conference. Absolutely no chance versus the Cavs. No chance versus the Celtics. You're telling me AD is going to have to guard Tatum? And then Drew Holiday, D. White, Porzingis. Oh my, the Celtics are a disaster matchup for the Mavs. Absolute disaster. Knicks, same thing. Oh my God. No chance against the Knicks. Pacers. I think the Pacers would dominate them. Maybe not dominate. I think it would be like a 4-2 series for the Pacers. Pretty easy. Especially if they have home court advantage. Pretty easy for them. The Bucks. I'm not a big fan of the Bucks. I would not bet on the Bucks against the Mavericks in his best of 7. So let's just say if the Bucks played their best basketball and they learned how to play with each other, mainly lame time. Yeah, the Bucks will beat them for sure. For sure. AD would have to deal with Giannis. Daniel Gafford is going to be taken out of the paint to deal with Brolo from 3. And then you have Middleton and Lame Time and probably Andre Jackson Jr. and Taurean Prince. Both posing, one is a 3-point threat, the other is going to be locking down Kyrie. Trying to lock down Kyrie, doing his best. He will be a pest. Obviously, Kyrie is very good, but the Bucks probably would do pretty good there. Now that I'm thinking about it, Miami Heat absolutely dominate this Mavs team. Khalil Ware and Bam. Khalil Ware, same thing that broke Lopez, except better. He's gonna pull Gafford out to make him deal with him for 3, and then Bam versus AD is interesting. I think that would be a very fun matchup. Pretty even, but then you throw Tyler Hero in there, and you throw in just how the Heat play with so much off-ball movement and complexity. It's really going to put a lot of pressure on both Kyrie and Dinwiddie as ball carriers, and that's too much to ask. Again, like, you're now putting Kyrie in a position to fail. Instead of Kyrie doing what Kyrie does best, Kyrie is having to be a facilitator. And he can. Like I said, Kyrie is perfectly fine at doing that. It's not what he's best at. And when you're talking about NBA championship, every player needs to be doing what they're best at. And they need to be fulfilling that role. Pistons probably would dominate. They Ooh, that would be a good series, actually. I don't want to say anything for sure. That would be a really good series. Magic, dude, I don't even want to talk about the Magic. Fuck them. But the Magic, if Paolo ever gets his head out of his fucking asshole, uh, the Magic would win that. 80 would have to guard Paolo, and not gonna work. Not gonna work at all at this point in 80's career. The Hawks, absolutely not going to work. Absolutely not. Hawks will dominate. Jalen Johnson, too good of a shooter from all around. DeAndre Hunter comes in. PJ Washington has to guard one of those two. You have Dyson Daniels to stop Kyrie. You're putting a lot of pressure on the others on this team. Um, Not good. Not good at all for the Mavericks. Double O again can pull out 80 on pretty or 80 or Gafford, whoever decides to guard him. So you're moving their rim protector. Yeah, the ATL Hawks can just dictate the entire series, the entire game, because they have advantages everywhere that the Mavs just can't really deal with. So that's scary. The Bulls, of course, the Mavs will beat the Bulls. The Sixers, if they're at full strength, they don't have a single person that can guard Maxey. PJ can somewhat guard Paul George, but if Paul George is healthy for a 7 game series, he's gonna get his multiple times versus PJ. He's just such a good player. He know his. I don't think people realize how intelligent Paul George is, especially on the basketball court. He knows how to get perfectly open. You know, even if when his athleticism diminishes a little bit, he's gonna be able to play still. He's such a good shooter, and he's just so heady. He knows how to get the space to get his shot off. And then you have Embiid, probably gonna get both AD and Gafford in foul trouble because that's just what Embiid does. That's a really tough matchup for the Mavs. The Nets, who knows? You know, they have some really athletic guys. They're excellent at defense. Again, so putting a ton of pressure on all the ball carriers, on everybody getting there a good shot on the Mavs. It would probably be a 2-4 series, if not a 3-4, in favor of the Mavs winning. But still, it would be scary. It would be close. The Raptors, only God knows. But if they ever fucking again get their heads out of their ass and start playing team ball, they will beat the Mavs in best of 7. If the Hornets have B Millie and LaMelo, they are beating the Mavs in a best of 7. No question. Absolutely no fucking question. Especially with Charles Lee at the head coach. Dude. Dude. Yeah. Hornets for sure. Wizards, of course, have absolutely no chance versus anybody in a best of 7. But wow. After going through this, the Mavericks have really messed up. Really messed up. Especially when playoff time comes, you guys. So much pressure is going to be on Dinwiddie, Kyrie, Exum to create. It's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad, guys. It's going to be really, 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 really bad for them. And I think this will go down in NBA history as one of the worst trades ever. Like, the Mavericks have been completely fleeced. It is horrible. Whew. That was a lot. I had a lot more to say than I thought. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you, yeah, you could kind of tell. The Mavs are fucked. They really made a huge mistake in my opinion. But watch my full vid if you're interested in more. I go through it all. All right, it's gonna be linked in the description. I'm really tired. It's taken me a lot to do this and then edit this. Hey, but that's the life. That's the grind. Um, Full video will be linked in the description and on my channel. There's also a Lakers video that will be linked. The Lakers video is like 10 minutes, really short. The full video is like an hour plus. I would only, if you really care about the NBA, you'll like the full video. If you're just like, I want to see what this guy's thinking, probably don't watch the full video, I would say, because the full video goes into in depth about why this trade was made, what pushed the Mavericks to do this, and yeah, a bunch some front office stuff, some talk about picks, future, all that shit. But it's for real NBA heads, all right. this, I still can't believe the Mavs did this. Take care, guys. Enjoy your life, alright? Like if you liked, comment something, anything, alright? Just comment something so I can talk to you. And I was debating. Okay, if you don't normally comment, I think I'm gonna start asking for subscribers. Just until I get to 500. 500 is a huge goal. 300 and fuck. I need to put that in the other video. God damn it. All right. Thank you guys. All right. Thank you. Take care. I'm getting delusional. I'm too tired.